Pancreas cancer is a type of cancer that grows near the back behind the stomach. It's in a kind of a secluded spot, so it has a chance to grow and usually travel to other places before it's detected. It is the organ that gives you all your digestive juices. About 45,000 people are diagnosed with pancreas cancer every year in the United States, and around 95% of them pass away from the disease. So when I started my medical career, the average survival of patients with pancreas cancer was about 5 days. Anybody can develop pancreatic cancer.
TGen was established back in 2002, shortly after the completion of the Human Genome Project. And our founder, Dr. Jeffrey Trent, and our physician-in-chief, Dr. Dan von Hoff, wanted to find new and novel ways to apply the knowledge that came out of the Human Genome Project.
Our focus is to use the human genome information and the information about an individual patient's genetic information, tie it to treatments, make a difference for the patient sitting in front of us today.
It wasn't long ago that the one-year survival rate for patients with pancreatic cancer was under 20%. The most recent studies have it well in excess of 40%. This is a sea change in the treatment of pancreatic cancer. Again, once thought to be hopeless, and now there are 2- and 3-year survivors. There are some survivors who are out more than a decade. And so there is real hope, and TGen is a leader in bringing that hope and answers to these patients. One of the most powerful stories of success that's come out of TGen in our 12 years of existence has been the story of Howard Young.
My journey with pancreatic cancer started on December 19, 2002, when I was first diagnosed. At the age of 42, it was quite a shock. My surgeon in our first meeting told me if the surgery was a complete success, I had a 20% chance of living 6 months. I had the surgery and I had the radiation in the first 6 months of chemo. I have a good friend here in Atlanta, and he introduced me to Dr. Daniel von Hoff. And he said, Howard, we'll take the tissue from your surgery and we'll do a molecular profile. And we'll break down the cancer cell and we'll look at what properties that cancer cell has. And by doing that, we'll examine different opportunities for treatment. So they did a molecular profile of my tissue, and they did find numerous markers they could attack. My ability to fight through this is probably what we all have inside of us, the human spirit, the survival instinct.
The good news there are other Howards and survivors, and it is so wonderful to see. I do want to document for you today that one of the reasons is because of this golf tournament and the drive of Roger Magowitz to make it happen.
Roger's passion for pancreatic cancer, of course, can be traced to the loss of his mom. But more than that, Roger brings his extraordinary relationship skills to the battle against pancreatic cancer.
I got involved in pancreatic cancer because I personally believed that individually we had to make a difference. And I quickly saw that families were being devastated. We were losing the advocates to the disease, and it almost became a therapy for me because I felt my mom was my whole world. My mom was only 64 when she passed.
Well, Roger got mad, and he said, look, I'm not going to take that. And he turned his anger and his emotions into action.
When we first started the Seena Magowitz Foundation, obviously it was small, so we went at times from having a $10,000 golf tournament to one year we had a $2.5 million fundraiser as a golf tournament.
I love Roger Magowitz's saying about, if not me, then who? So many times it's so easy to think that somebody else is going to take a stand or somebody else is going to do what we need them to do to find a cure. And the reality is that we need to. We need to stand up, we need to fight, and we need to take action to do one more thing every day to find a cure.
Even though I look so young, I've been in the mattress industry for over 30 years now.
It's been incredible to watch the mattress world and the furniture world come together for Roger and for TGen and for pancreatic cancer.
I got involved with TGen and their pancreatic research after we lost my father, who lost a fight with pancreatic cancer after 8 months. He passed in September of 2012, and it's a horrible situation. Dr. Von Hoff is one of the rock stars in cancer research.
I trust no one more than I do Dr. Von Hoff. I can take my own personal experience with him, and that was my father, who was diagnosed with obviously late stage, as most are, pancreatic cancer, and he was told, as were my mother and myself, that he probably had 3 months to live. We went right to Daniel. We actually got 3 years of good quality living out of my father.
I stay involved with the Seena Magowitz Foundation because I can see the end game. I can see continual improvement every year. I see a time that there will be a cure for pancreatic cancer, and I believe that the bedding industry will be the driver of that cure.
Look, when you talk about saving lives, you talk about medical research, you talk about having people like Daniel Von Hoff, you have to have funding. And any type of funding is appreciated because we are on a mission to save lives and find a cure.
Dr. Von Hoff and his research team have a chance to make a difference in real life situations.
So why wouldn't you get behind the experts in the field now that are truly going to make a difference?
Hope is real evidence that we're helping people now with improved survival. And the other hope is that the research is pushing ahead faster than expected. But it's much easier to see hope when you have somebody standing in front of you who's been there, done that, and is still doing great.
Well, I've been blessed with a great family. My wife, Becky, and our 3 daughters, Coley, Laura, and Jana. And they have walked with me every step of the way.
TGen and Dr. Von Hoff have given our family hope, and I feel like Dr. Von Hoff has given Howard his life.
My oldest 2 daughters are getting married this summer, and it's very exciting. It's one of those things that I didn't really think I'd get to experience 11 years ago when I was diagnosed. So it's a great day, and glad that I can be part of it.